Hey, guess what I have? I have the cutest bag to make today. I have the cutest bag to make today. It's so freaking cute. I know you wanna make it so freaking cute. I know you wanna make it. Don't be a hater, girl. You know it's cute. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Rayvon from Love Lola. Welcome to my channel. So I am so excited about the bag today. It is the cutest little thing. I know y'all saw it already. Ooh, there it is. There she goes. She's so cute. She know it. Y'all, this is the Nora by TobiStylx, and it is so freaking adorable. It's the perfect size for me. This is the size bag that I love. I don't like a bag to be too big because I wind up putting everything in it and it's so heavy and it's stupid. So I like to have a bag that I can put my important stuff in, the things that I need, and go about my business. And this is that bag. How cute is this bag? Obviously, you see this unique circle handle that she designed. It is super cute. Toby, kudos, girl. You did that. It has a teeny zipper. There's purse feet on the bottom. She does an invisible zipper. She does an invisible connector on the side. So that's really cute. If you've never done that before, get ready to learn a new trick. What else? Let's open this baby up. So, inside, inside you'll find my camera because I was just using it outside and to take pictures. Inside, you will find a slip pocket right there, and also a small zipper pocket. And it's just a cute little bag. And I love it that it's small because you can kind of go nuts with the colors to me, in my opinion. I wouldn't carry a large, oversized lime green bag, but when it's this tiny, it's just cute. Like, I can get away with it. And I know y'all saw my shoes. Don't do me. I know you saw my shoes. Yes. They cute. They cute. They cute. I found these shoes online for like $10 and I got them just to make a bag with them. So I bought these shoes like 5-6 months ago, right after I bought this vinyl, and I've been holding on to it, waiting for a pattern to come along that clicked, that I felt it would just work. And when I saw this pattern, I was like, that's it. That's my lime bag, and those are my lime shoes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yes. The bag comes with an adjustable strap. The pattern comes, I guess I should say, with an adjustable strap. Y'all, how cute is this? Where's my little Lola, my little Lola step stool? Woohoo! Okay, there we go. Guys, how adorable is this bag? Like, I don't have anywhere to go today, but I'm about to hit up a couple of my girlfriends. Like, can we go have a cocktail? Because I need to wear my new lime purse. Then you'll be like, girl, it's Wednesday. I got work in the morning. But yeah, so this is the Nora by TobiStylx. And if you like it, then go get you some fabric. Go find you a cute zipper tape and meet me in the sewing room. Let's get this baby sewn. Ah, so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's get started. I'm actually really pumped about making this bag. It's a very unique design. I love things that are a little bit out of the ordinary. So yeah, let's get started. So right now we should have all of our pieces cut. I've interfaced everything except for my pocket trim, zipper overlay, and zipper panel pieces. Everything else is interfaced. When you interface, make sure that you start your interface 1/2 inch down from all of the top pieces, from the top of all of your pieces, from the side piece, from the lining, from the main panel, both sides. Make sure that you do not have interfacing in that top 1/2 inch. Today I used, I think I just used SF101 today. I'm not sure. Yes, I did. I'm going to be using vinyl for my lining. I think that's why I went with SF101. I felt like maybe I didn't need to interface it too heavy because I'm using vinyl as my lining as well. And I actually didn't even interface my lining since I'm using this vinyl. These are my side pieces. They're interfaced. I also cut out foam for the side pieces. I think I want to do foam for my side instead of the Pellon 70. I just felt it in my spirit. I don't know why. If you do decide to use foam, make sure also, again, that that foam doesn't start until 1/2 inch down from the top of the side piece. Okay, these round handles, I have applied my interfacing, and now I'm about to go and snip. I went ahead and sketched a line around the inside and the outside before I snip because I am scissor happy and I'll wind up going too far in and messing it up. So I went ahead and drew a line so I know not to cut past that line. I also cut out 2 pieces using the same pattern piece that we used for our interfacing for the circle. I cut 2 of those out in pellon because I like my handles to have a good stiffness to them, especially for bags like this that I'm going to be picking them up by the handle. So I am going to be using glue to get that attached to my handles. So I've got my main panel, it's interfaced, and then I have my main interfacing piece that I have cut out in my Pellon 70 or Pellon 71, I believe. The one that doesn't have, that isn't fusible, just the plain stabilizer. Okay, and then I am going to be, go ahead and use this main panel piece to get our purse feet marks on. If you're going to be doing the invisible strap connector like in the instructions, which is really cool, then use that to get your mark connected. I mean, use that to get it marked on the back of your side pieces. All right, let's get started on our zipper. As you can see, I've already put on my zipper pulls, but there's no need to do that yet. So just don't do that yet. So on the left side of the zipper, we're gonna go ahead and open it. And you're gonna measure down 1/2 inch. If you would like to get a erasable marker, you can to mark it. I'm just going to look at it and remember it. I have stripes, that helps. At 1/2 inch, you want to pinch right there. As you pinch, the zipper is going to start to fold under. And now you have it at a 90-degree angle. You can go to the machine if you want. I am going to just add a couple of stitches by hand. Repeat to the other side. Okay, now grab your 2 zipper panels and you're gonna measure in 1/2 inch from all 4 edges. Then you're gonna apply some double-sided tape and then just fold it into that line that you made. All right. Now grab an erasable marker and find the center of both of these zipper panels and mark it. Okay, now we're going to grab one of our panels, laying it right side up, and then we're going to place our zipper tape also right side facing up on that midway mark. And we're going to go and sew that on at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Once we have that attached, we are going to just fold this over. Lining up the top edges and also the side. We're going to go and sew along the top at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and along the side with the double-sided tape at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so now we are going to just turn that out. Oh my goodness, I love this freaking zipper. Okay, you're gonna turn it out. That's a different way of doing that. I like that. I like that a lot. Good job, Toby. Don't you love when you discover a new way of doing something? God, I love that. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to top stitch along. We're basically gonna be basting this side closed, and then we're going to go down and do a nice top stitch across there and back down. So we're enclosing the whole thing, and I'm starting at the bottom just because that's not going to show, so we can back stitch and all that, get that out of the way. So across this open edge, down, across the zipper, and back up. I love this zipper tape, y'all. It's making me so happy. Oh, I got too excited. I forgot to pin it. Get it together, girl. Let's see. You want to pin it because you want this stuff to be perfectly aligned. Okay, now we're going to repeat the same thing to the other side. We're going to place it at the halfway mark. We're going to pin it, and then we're going to go and baste it at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Fold this over like before, matching up the top and the side. Pin it, and then we're going to sew it at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Let's turn her out. Okay, now we're going to go and do the same thing. Close it up. All right, so cute. That is a long zipper. I might cut that down. We'll see. Grab your finished zipper. Your main panel needs to be right side facing up, and then your zipper, it needs to be right side facing down. So panel is right side up, zipper is right side down. Find the midpoints and line that up with the midpoint of your main panel and clip it on. This, you can just ignore it. I decided that I wanted a little bit of white just to bring out the stripes on my zipper. So I cut out a little piece to add there. That's all that is. Try to ignore it. Once you've got them pinned, go and baste both sides at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I went ahead and sketched a circle about 1/8 of an inch in from the inside and also around the outside, because that's how much we need to snip in. And I know me, I am trigger happy, and if I don't have a line for me to use to stop, I'll probably cut further than I'm supposed to. So if you need to do that, go ahead and get that done so we can fold these in. And now what we're going to do basically is fold our edges over so that they aren't exposed. So what you want to do is fold it over so that none of those snips are showing. There's a couple of ways to do it. If you want, you can use some kind of glue. Just put it right past those lines that we drew and fold it over. You can also use double-sided tape. Place it right along that line. Or you can use a hot gun. If you decide to use a gun, just make sure that you test it on a piece of your fabric to make sure that it doesn't have any kind of weird, just no kind of wonkiness happens to it, okay? And when you fold those outer edges in, you should be folding them so that they end up right on the edge of your interfacing. Okay, so my first handle was kind of tragic. I may go back and redo it. I don't know. But the problem is I was bending it over too close to where my snips ended. I was trying to be very precise and do it right after I snipped it, but I have realized that it works better. See how much smoother it looks along the inside? I mean, the whole thing, inside and outside. It does a better job when I didn't try to get it directly at the end of the snips. I let it fold over extra. It looks much better. So just a hint to see if that helps you. Okay, now when it comes to handles, I like my handles to be super stiff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be attaching some stabilizer. I use the same template that we use for our interfacing, and I cut out some Pellon 71, and I am going to attach that right in the middle. And that's going to give me that nice firm feel to it when I grip it. We're going to use D2 to mark where we're going to be doing our top stitching. All right, and we're going to be transferring the A marks. If you want to use if you want to use an erasable marker to make those marks, you can. I'm just going to put a pin, I'm just going to put a clamp right there and right there. So I'll know that's where I will be starting and stopping my stitching. I'm going to pin around the whole thing to hold it in place. Once you have it pinned, we're going to go and top stitch along the outside and the inside from A up and back over to A. Along the outer rim, along the outer edge of the circle, and also along the inner edge. If you don't want to do back stitching where it shows, then just start and end with your string long, and then you can pull it and tie it and tuck it into the middle. All right, once you've got that done, once you've got your handle sewn from A to A, if you're like me and one of your handles is, one of your handles is an A and the other one is like a C+, then go ahead and grab that A and make sure that you use that one for the front of your bag, okay? That's the one we want to highlight. I mean, if both of your handles came out perfect, then kudos to you. Mine did not. I mean, they're okay. I'm just not, they pass. I'm just not thrilled. I could have done a better job. Okay, so, and to find which side is going to be the front of your bag, just close your zipper up. And that way you can see, which side is opening and closing. And once you find that front side, then find your handle that is the winner and make sure that we put that on the front, okay? So we've got that done. We're going to grab that piece again, D2, and place it where your A is matched up with where you just finished it. I'm going to pin it to hold it in place. And now we're looking for that B mark. If you have an erasable marker, you can use that. I am just going to put a pin right there so that I know that that's where my B line is, my B mark. Okay. And now we're going to take this handle and we're going to situate. We're going to situate. I can't talk. We're going to place it right where the mark for B is lining up with the top of this main panel. Okay. So right there and right there. Bam. Perfect. Okay, and once you have it there, center it. There we go. Perfect. And it's going to wind up being right on the outside of your zipper panel. Yo, I can't talk this morning. Your girl is struggling. Okay. Once you have it there, I have this zipped together, but it really doesn't have to be. Go ahead and take your zipper pull off. We'll put it back on later. So just run your zipper through that. And I'm going to pin it at the top just to make sure that it stays out of my seams. There we go. That's good. I think I need to go a little bit to the right on this side. There we go. Perfect. What a cute little design. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to be attaching this handle to the main panel. So go ahead and grab some double-sided tape and place it underneath the handle just to help it stay in place for you. Don't buy cheap double-sided tape, okay? Just pay the extra money. Because I swear, the time I spend trying to get the back of the tape off, time is money. Ain't that what they say? Jeez. I would rather spend that extra money and not have to do this every time. It sticks pretty well, but I just always feel like I have a hard time getting it off. Okay. So we're going to place that down. There we go. And then I am going to also go ahead and clip around my outer side because it's just not perfect. And that's going to make me feel better about my top stitching. So I'm going to pin this right along the edges just to keep it aligned as best as possible. Okay. I'm not going to pin the top because the top of the curve looks Pretty fantastic. Yeah, I did that. It's the bottom that, it's all good. It's all good. So now we're gonna head over to the machine and we're pretty much gonna pick up where we stopped our last top stitch. Connect from the bottom of A to the other side and then do the same thing on the inside. All right, so let me be honest at this point. Now, when you're picking out the color for your handle, picking out a different color from your main panel is obviously gonna look great if you want your handle to stand out, to pop out. But I will say that you need to be very specific when you're making your handle if you do that, because obviously with a different color standing out from your main panel, it's going to draw attention to that. So I'm just thinking out loud, I am not 100% in love with the way that I did my handle. And this isn't on the pattern, this is just on me. If I make this bag again, another option I'm thinking of just out loud is maybe I would try to not make it with the edges being folded over. I would just leave the edges exposed. So then I would just take this and decrease it by a little bit, just to get the size that we end up with. And then do all the same interfacing and the stabilizer inside of it, but leave my edges exposed and just put edge coat around it. And that way I can really make sure that my handles are matching up perfectly. Just some ideas. Okay, so we're here, moving forward. We're going to go ahead and get our purse feet installed. We should have already added those marks. If you didn't, just add them right now. I totally forgot to order black matte purse feet, so I'm going to be using silver. It is what it is. If you have super long prongs for your feet, I suggest that you cut your slit going this way. That way your prongs will go out to the side and you won't risk having it too close to your seam allowance. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right, let's get our connectors going. I've already done this one. Duh. I've drawn a line down the middle of my strap connector the long way. You can use double side tape if you like. I am just going to fold it in and clip it. That double side tape is expensive. Okay, I'm gonna save that for when I really need it. Shoot. All right. Now we're going to head over to the machine and we're going to top stitch along the long sides at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. All right, so our connectors are ready. I am going to be using headliner foam on my side panels because that's just what I've been using lately and I am in love with it. If you decide to use foam, do not place it in that seam allowance at the top. Start it 1/2 of an inch down from the top of your side pieces. So I've gone ahead and basted that to my side pieces. If you are using a stabilizer like Pellon or Heavy, you should have that fused on or connected or however you get it on at this point. Use your pattern piece E to go ahead and mark where you're going to be putting your connector. Okay, and however you prefer, go ahead and slit that on that mark. Okay, and now your side panel is going to be right side facing up. You're going to grab one of your connector pieces and you want it to be wrong side facing up. And you're just going to slip it right in there. Now you want it to be snug, but you don't want it to be pulling. So if you need to snip it, if you need to snip that a little bit more, go ahead and do that. I think mine is fine. So you're going to slide that in, and you want to slide it up to 3/4 of an inch. It doesn't have to be exact, guys. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And we're going to be top stitching across here. So over the connector, okay? Bam, right there. At 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side too, so that I can get them both done while I'm over there at my machine. Make sure that you flip it over and look on the other side and try your best to make that connector be straight. You don't want it looking like this on the back, because then it's going to affect everything, you know? So just try to keep it as straight as possible. If you need to grab a ruler, and that's not really all that necessary, but you know, just to make sure. It's better safe than sorry, right? Okay, now I'm going to head over and top stitch both of these at 1/8 of an inch over the actual strap connector. Okay, so we've got that stitched. Grab your D-ring or whatever you're using and just slide it on there. And then we're going to take that piece and we're going to slide it back up through that slit. Be gentle. You don't want to tug on your vinyl too hard. Okay. Pull it through. So cute. All right, and carefully pull it in so that it's snug, but you don't want it where it's making your material start to gather. You know what I mean? You got to find that happy medium. All right, that looks good to me. Okay, and once you get it through, you're going to be taking all of this and pushing it down. So cool. And then there is a mark on your piece E that tells you where to mark for your rivet. Go ahead and do that. Let's get our rivets installed. And you want to make sure that you are catching both of these pieces behind there. Super cute. Okay, so now, if you used stabilizer and you had it on there, it would be cut like this. And so you're good to go for the next step. If you're like me and didn't, then go ahead and take this piece F, center it on your panel, your side piece, and trace those darts. Basically, we're going to just pinch right where those lines are. Pinch it. And you want where it ends to match up the other side where it ends. See those two marks? So let's see. Right there. There we go. Stay. Stop moving. There we go. It doesn't want to listen, but it's all good. Going to pin that. There we go. All right, and we're going to do that to all 4 corners, and then we're going to go to the machine and we're going to sew right along that line. You can hardly see it, but it's the line that we just drew. Okay. All right, once you've got that done, go ahead and grab your main panel. And you want to mark the midpoint on both sides. And you also want to mark the midpoint on your side panels. Now we're going to grab one of these. And we're going to attach them right sides together on those midpoints. And then starting from the middle, we're going to clamp it all the way around. We're going to head over to our machines and we're going to sew this together at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. I think what I'm going to do is sew along this straight edge, get to that dart and stop. And then sew from the top of the other edge down and then back to where I stopped. What in the world is going on? Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and continue sewing it until we get back to the mark that we continue sewing it around till we get back to where I ended the other side. Once we got those connected, we're going to trim it down just a little bit. It may not matter, but I'm just going to note that when I attached my side piece to my main panel, the darts that we made earlier, I went ahead and had those face up when I joined it, just because, you know, it's a curve down there. It's not a lot of space. It may not matter, but I don't know, maybe it does. Just, I pushed my dart up towards the side just so this bottom area wouldn't be crowded. Oh, and you can go ahead and add some interfacing over these pieces. Probably gonna do that after I turn it out. Over our purse feet. I like that side piece matched up so well with the main panel. We didn't have to do any snips. I didn't have to fight with it. It just matched up perfectly. I love when that happens. Good job, Toby. What a cute little bag. This is too cute. Okay, so just kind of finger press your seams. Now, if you're on a domestic machine, you may want to go back in and trim a little bit of those darts because we are going to be top stitching over this. And that may give you a little bit of a problem. I definitely recommend putting on your walking foot if you're on a domestic. That's going to make your life a lot easier. You wouldn't think it, but the roller really makes a world of difference. I don't know why it took me so long to start using one of those things. I'm going to give a couple of whacks with a hammer where those darts are to smooth it out. I recommend getting a piece of fabric or something. Do it at your own risk. That's what I'm going to say. It definitely will help smooth it out, but you just have to be careful. Not all vinyl can handle getting hit with the hammer. There are better tools for this. There are mallets that are made for it. I'm just ghetto. So in case you can't see, what I'm doing is rolling my seam so that that dart is going in. See, it's like a curve like that. And then I'm pushing that down on my table, covering that up, and then just pounding right there where that dart is. And that's just really helping to smooth everything out. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so now what we want to do is pin all around both sides. And once we get that pinned, we are going to go and top stitch at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Let me see, which way am I going to do it on the machine? I think I'm going to try it this way first. Just because I want my top part to be on the outside of the bag. So what I was talking to myself about was how I was going to position my bag on my machine. And I'm going to position it with the top of my bag facing up. That way my top stitching will be showing on the outer portion of my bag as opposed to on the side pieces. All right, once we've got it pinned, we are going to head over to the machine and we're going to top stitch both sides. We're doing this at about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Get that handle out of your way. If you're on a domestic, baby, get your walking foot out because this ain't a game. Okay? Take your time. Okay. How freaking cute is this? Too cute. Okay. Now we're going to grab our interfacing piece. Okay, and mark where you see these thick lines on those four corners. And now just bend it so that you have a crease right there. There we go. Okay, do the same thing to the other side. All right, and now we're gonna grab some kind of glue. I'm running low, okay, so don't judge me. And then place your interfacing inside. Perfect. And just make sure that you've got it pushed all the way into those corners. Okay, let's put this aside and work on our lining. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is so cute. All right, grab one of your lining pieces and your zipper overlay. I've placed double-sided tape on the back. We're going to place this overlay 1 inch down and centered on our lining. Okay, let's head over to our machine and sew around the outer edge at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. If you don't want your back stitching to show, then just leave your thread a little bit longer and pull it through the back and tie it. All right, now let's cut this window open. We are cutting our lining right now, making sure that we're not cutting any of the overlay. I turn it over and go up about 1/8 of an inch above the zipper overlay and trim off some more of your lining. Again, be very careful that you are not cutting your zipper overlay. Basically what we're doing is just making sure that none of this lining is going to show through from the front. That's all. Let's set this aside. Grab your zipper pocket panel, place it right side up. Grab your zipper tape and place it right side up. Clip it along the top, and then we're going to go and base this at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. All right. You're going to flip it around so that the other side of this pocket is also right side facing up, and your zipper is still right side facing up. Pin it. And go base it at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Once we have it pinned, we're going to go and base it at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Cut along the bottom of my pocket straight across. Then I'm going to lay this flat open. If you were having trouble like I was with these pieces staying flat for you to be able to lay this on top of, then just go back to your machine really quick and add a seam right on top of that little seam allowance that you had, and that'll make it lay flat and make it easier to put your lining on top. Okay, so let's try this again. Center this. I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided tape just to keep it from moving around too much on me. Best to get it as centered as you can. Get out of there. All right, there we go. Looking good, looking good. Okay, and now we are going to go and top stitch along the inside part of that zipper facing. And we're going all the way around. Keep your thread long so you can pull it through to the back. Let's get it. So cute. Okay, now we're going to flip it over. And we're going to bring this down. Trim it so that your pocket is right above where this is at. Okay, should be about 1/2 inch or so above it. We're going to pin the sides, and then we're going to go and sew around this, the side, the bottom, and back up the other side at about, I don't know, 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, for my slip pocket, I'm going to be doing it just a little bit different, super fast. I cut a piece of vinyl, and I cut it 9 inches by 6 inches. And then I'm going to take it where it's long ways and fold it in half so that wrong sides are touching. I'm going to line everything up. I'm going to get it pinned. And then I'm going to head over to the machine and top stitch right here at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now I'm going to measure down 1 inch from the top of the lining. I've placed a piece of double-sided tape along the bottom of this piece. I'm going to find the center, and I'm going to line it up with the center of the lining. Okay. And now I'm going to head over to the machine. I'm going to top stitch down the side, across the bottom, and back up the top, making sure that I back stitch at the beginning and the end. Okay, now grab your other lining, and we're going to place them right sides together. We're going to pin around the whole thing, and then we're going to sew along the sides and the bottom at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Once we've got that done, we are going to press the side open, lining up these two seams. Press it so that the seam allowance on one side is going one way and the other one is going the other way. We're going to pin it and then go and sew it at 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so I just read over the instructions, and I don't know how else to tell you this, but it's just about to get real. It's about to get real, y'all. So I hope you're ready. We are about to... Remember those lines that we drew earlier on our lining and also on our main panel pieces? We drew those lines. I think they were 3/4 of an inch down. So what you want to do right now is grab some double-sided tape and place that on your lining. And then you're going to bend it over to meet that line that we made earlier. It's a really tight fit, so, you know, apply pressure. Okay, now, the lining wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. This is the one I'm worried about. Because my goofy butt has that foam on the side, so that's going to be adding to the bulkiness. You shouldn't have that problem though, because if you didn't use foam, your interfacing will be lower, and if you did use foam, I warned you earlier to make sure that you keep it out of your seam allowance. And also, because we have this zipper right here, you know, it just gets hard to bend at 1/8 of an inch when you've got, you know, more fabric. So, but it's okay. I might have to bend it a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch, but I think it'll be okay. You know, it is what it is. So whatever you're going to use, whether it's double-sided tape like we did this other one, fabric glue, leather bonding glue, whatever it is that you're going to use to get your the top folded over, go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so I decided to go with my trusty glue gun because I had added, you know, this white vinyl right here. So once we've got the vinyl, the other vinyl, the interfacing, everything, it got pretty thick for me at the top. So yeah, I needed a little oomph. So that's what I did. And now I am going to go ahead and drop my lining inside. Let's see, we want the zipper part to be towards the back of the bag, right? Isn't that what we normally do? Zipper towards the back. And we are going to sit this inside. Tuck it in all the way in the corner. There we go. And we are going to match up our midpoints, the lining and the exterior. And starting from those midpoints on the sides, we're going to match them up.
Yay!
Lola baby, I'm recording, sweetie pie. Match up the other side and then continue to clip the lining to the exterior entirely around it. All right, I am going to put a little bit of glue on this piece on the inside just to help it stay together, because I can't pin it that great because this zipper is in the way, you know? And I need everything to stay exactly where it is. Okay, so I've got everything bonded and clamped together. Okay, now I'm going to head over to the machine and get this connected. We are connecting the lining to the exterior. This part is kind of blind, so just do your best to make sure that you feel it when you are lining this up. Feel the top and try to get it as even as you can, because once we start top stitching, you're kind of doing it blindly, you know. But I feel good about this. I'm pretty pumped. All right, I'm actually going to be sewing along this white part and stopping because I'm going to be changing my thread out. Otherwise, I would just go all around the entire thing. But because I have different colors, I'll be stopping at the end of the white and switching out for my line. So make sure that you are moving that handle out of the way. Obviously, as best you can. Move! Get out the way, okay? I'm about to sing to this bag. All right, let's see. There we go. Get out the way. Get out the way. Cylinder arms are so badass. Like, they make everything easier. Okay, we got one side done. You see how easily this is sewing through this? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of vinyl with interfacing included, and it's sewing through it like it's nothing. So sometimes when you get frustrated making a bag, you know, and things aren't working out the way they should be, and you get frustrated with yourself, sometimes it's not you. It's really not. It's the machine. And that's just the truth. So give yourself a break. Give yourself some credit. It's not always you. It's the machine. The machine makes a big difference. Why are my corners coming up so much? I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, guys, we're almost at the finish line. Let's finish up. Baby, mommy's recording, okay? Let's get our strap done. I want my strap to be 3/4 of an inch, so I cut 3/4 of an inch, so I cut mine by 3 inches. A little bit shorter than 3 inches because I want to make sure that it fits through my adjuster. All right, I'm just going to bend it in towards the middle, and then I'm going to bend it one more time. You probably noticed I went ahead and drew a line down the center, long way, to help me see where I'm going to be bending it. Why is there a shadow? Oh, I'm so over these lights. All right, so I'm bending it in towards that middle line, bending it in towards the middle line again, and then bending it one more time to meet up in the middle. All right, guys, once you've got your strap ready, we can head over to the machine. I'm going to be top stitching at 1/8 of an inch along both sides. And also along the short edges as well. All right, so let's work on our strap. We're going to grab our strap and have it right side facing up. Grab one of your ends. Grab your adjustable. This is if you're doing an adjustable strap. I am. I've got my adjuster right side up. I'm going to run my strap up and over. And then I am going to put a rivet right there because I just, oh, I'm doing I forgot to have a piece for the end of my strap. So let me see. Okay, so I just need to make it a little bit longer. Baby girl. Okay, so if I put it right here, I'll still have room, right? Yeah, I think that'll work. All right. Okay, I'm gonna set a rivet right there. Shh. All right, once you have that rivet on, you're gonna have your strap wrong side facing up and just run your hand down it, making sure that it doesn't twist. When you get to the other end, place it through your swivel hook. And then make sure that your strap doesn't twist. You just bring it back to that adjuster. Slide it up. And then back down.
Yes.
Check it one more time to make sure that your strap hasn't twisted. This is good. Okay. Now I'm going to get my other end attached, my end piece. In case you guys hear all of that noise, that ruckus, that's my baby acting a complete fool behind me. One of my videos, somebody who was watching it told me that she can just hear so much talking in the background and noise, and it was just, I'm sorry, you're just unprofessional. And I had to laugh because I was like, ma'am, that I'm a whole mom. I am a whole full-time mom, and I have a 4-year-old. I have a 4-year-old who is usually in the room with me when I'm doing my tutorials. And you know what? I spend about 8 hours every tutorial editing, and I'm able to edit most of her out. But sometimes, some of it gets in the video. You know, that's just what it is. So if you're bothered by a little kid noise, I guess most moms are probably like, I don't even notice it. You get to a point where you don't notice it. But yeah, no, she's not going anywhere. There will probably always be a little bit of Lola in the background of my Love Lola videos. You see? Do you see what I did there? I love my baby so much, I named my whole business after her. And you think I'm about to be offended that my baby voice made it into my video? Yay! Lady, you sound crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and get this attached. I mean, let's go ahead and get our rivet put in. All right, there's the strap. Very cute. I definitely cut my zipper too long. Oh, I know why. That was the length for the zipper for the outside and the inside, and I totally, yeah, that's my fault. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. Thinking about right here. I totally forgot to order a matte zipper in. So for today, I will be using a silver one. I'll probably purchase one eventually and replace it. But for the sake of today, we're going to be a little mismatching. You know, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm just going to bend it in twice, like that. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, I love it. How cute is this bag? Ah! I got these at Michael's. These are different kinds of beads that I put together. I took them apart and put them together to make that. This came like this. I found this on Amazon. Oh my gosh. I've never had a, please fit. Thank you, Jesus. I've never had a green bag before, and I'm kind of digging it. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. Do you love your bag? Do you love it like I love mine? I hope so. If you made this bag, please post it. Tag me. I want to see it. Oh, speaking of tag me, guys, I just started a new Facebook group page. It's called Baggie, Baddies, and I would love for you to come and join it. It's a bag page, but it's not like your normal bag page. I am gearing it more towards the business side of bag making. So if you were considering getting a website going, if you're wondering how can I get some better pictures of my bag, you know, what kind of lighting do I need, or maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is that has anything to do with making a bag, I'm going to be gathering as much information as I can find about all of these topics and sharing it with you. I've also got some really great bag makers in that group. I've got some business people who have been running their bag business for years. I've got people who've been sewing for 20, 30 years. There's a lot of talent in that group, and I've got a lot of people who like to share. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, come on over to my group. I would love to have you. Again, it's Baggie Baddies, and it's on Facebook. You can also go to my website, www.lovelolalooks, and you can find a link to my Facebook page on that as well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. If you found this video helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the button! All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye! All right, I would love to see you on social media. You can find me on Instagram at RayBZ. You can, you know what, just look down below and I'll put all of my social media stuff because ain't nobody trying to hear all that at the end of the video. I already know it. Bye, Lola. Say bye. 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 See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Nora.
Bye.
Bye.